Okay, so following on from the Fairwood and the rescue discussion, we're looking at the new driver. So you've got two distinct, again, spin and launch characteristics. Fly Z Plus with the gold weight that can be moved. Fly Z as normal, that is not movable. So that's just stuck in the back. That's going to launch higher, get it up in the air, a bit more spin than the Plus. So the Plus is going to be lower launching. Now, obviously, I'm not talking about the shafts right now because I'm just talking about the head technology. So we'll touch on the shaft bit at the very end. So the main difference between the Plus and say the BioCell Plus is that on the Plus from this year, or I should say last year now, this has got a vanadium crown. So that's a different alloy which is displacing the weight down and back and changing how that CG is produced. This year, this is a graphite composite crown with graphite composite pods on the bottom as well. So they're trying to move the weight forwards. Now obviously with the CG weight forward, that's going to give you that low spin. A lot of companies now, I mean basically all of them now, are going for this low spin type scenario, moving the CG forwards, trying to flatten it and knock it down. You'll see the lofts on this are actually 8.5 to 11.5 on the Plus head. Now with the old Pro head, that was like 7 to 10. So you can see now how much more you have to launch this. So they've actually made it a bit launchier in terms of angle off the bat, to try and get it up to take the spin deficit so it doesn't hurt you. Remember SLDR last year, super low spin, couldn't flight it, hashtag loft up, guess what, you know, you're going a 12-degree driver. This is going to give you an ability to use would be a true loft in terms of maybe 9.5 or whatever, but launch it up and not spin it too much. Again, that displacement of weight, irrelevant to the shaft, will give you probably a regional 400, maybe 500 RPM difference, and a launch angle is probably going to vary by maybe half to a degree depending on the player, depending on how you load it and what you do. So I see a lot of players probably pushing it forward to try and get that spin down. This is almost like a merge, if you like, from the Plus head and the Pro head. Those of you who know the Cobra range from last year, if the Pro head and the Plus head have married and had a child, this would be it. Displacement of the CG, low spin, high speed again, very fast pace. Same rules apply as the hybrids. The shaft nozzles can be changed over from last year's. Same gig. Obviously the loft sleeve changes. So look, without being too simplistic, do the maths. If this is 8.5 to 11.5, and you've got a BioCell Pro head that's 7 to 10, then just add 1.5 on the loft, and that's what loft you're going to get with this. I know it sounds silly, but some people will ask that question. So we'll hit some balls with this against this too. We're going to use the same shaft in both. Now talking about shafts, the Pro, or the Plus I should say, keep saying Pro, comes with the ST VLCT motor shaft, low spin, stable tip. The Normals Fly Z comes with the SP, which is the spinnier, higher launching, slightly more kicky at the bottom shaft to get it up in the air. You can obviously interchange the two. You might get some guys cross-pollinate, but obviously for us with the shafts we do, it's not irrelevant, but we barely use them. But irrelevant, we'll use the same shaft in each to give you a control. So you can see how much more this launches and how much this launches less and spins less. Okay, me stop talking, let's go and hit some shots. Okay, so you can see here from the numbers that I've used the Koyoshi Tour Limited 6004, which actually for some bizarre reason weighs 70 grams. But anyway, another discussion, another day. Look, for those of you who want to laugh at my swing speeds, they're on the left-hand side. I'm not very quick, and therefore this is a fair test because I'm Mr. Average in terms of below average. But you can see here how it works, and bizarrely, the Fly Z, spins really low. Okay, a couple of ones were a bit weird at the very end, but the launch angle and the spin are actually pretty decent. Now, I would swear blind that I'd be a Plus guy, but actually, when you look at it, I should be using the normal one. Now the bottom white figures is with the weight back, so you can see there how much more the spin and the launch go up. So for me it goes up by about 300, 400 RPM, and it launches about 1.5 degrees higher. So that's a typical scenario with the weight change. You know, like I said, maybe 1 degree higher, 300, 400 RPM more. So if you want the Plus head and you switch the weight, you will see a significant change in how it flies. Remember, this is Pro V1 ball, same shaft, so this is a complete neutral test. All the ones were set at 9.5 loft. You can see the smash on the Z was really strong. Bizarrely, that felt really good. So there's a reason to get fitted, because I would normally swear blind that I'd be a plus guy, and then actually come to think about it, I should be playing a Fly Z. So look at the numbers, you can see how they work, you see what the launch angles are roughly. Okay, you can argue them a bit inside and I get a bit flippy on it and a bit hit on the underneath it, but fundamentally this is a driver is fast face, lowish spin. It's not super low spin as some people would make it out to be. So you can go to what would be called a normalised loft. So in the Cobra range, you would probably find a lot of guys going into 9.5 and 10.5, 10, and not going up into the sort of the 12s and the 14s, if you know what I mean. So long and short, have a look at that. Bit of fun anyway, and then we'll have a chat from there. But as ever, if you're not sure, or there's anything you want me to do, just let me know and we'll do a vid for you. Cheers.